So, essential travel only. Well, I'm an international student here in England, and I have to get back home to Canada, so that counts as essential travel. This is precautionary. If you're curious to know what it's like traveling during a worldwide pandemic and a lockdown, basically, there's hardly any flights going out. And the flight that I did get is flying out from London. I'm here in Manchester, and it's tomorrow at noon, but I'm taking a coach bus tonight at 11:50. The coach bus leaves at around 11:50 p.m. tonight, the night before. The reason for that is that there's no trains. Taxis are way too expensive. There's no trains that are going to travel out to London to get me there for the 4 hours ahead of my flight time that I'm supposed to be there. This was my best option, getting a coach at basically midnight tonight. It's going to be a 5-hour coach ride, and it's going to get me there by around 5 a.m. and I'll have a couple of hours to just relax, maybe get something to eat if anything's open, then catch my flight to Canada. This bus is empty. Overall, it's a comfortable ride, but it's missing one thing. There should be a screen right here. That'd make it perfect. Bus. Not the same as an airplane. I can't stand still. Peeing was even harder than washing my hands. They have a dryer, but you shouldn't use dryers that are in washrooms. The reason being that it cycles the air that's in the washroom, which means it has all your urine and poop particles floating around in the washroom, and then cycles those back onto your hands. So all that hand washing you did was for nothing. About 2 more hours left. Right on time. It's 4:59. Now I just gotta find my way to Terminal 2. The airport is completely dead. Nobody here. There might be people when I get to the terminal, but there's no one here. I found my counter. It's closed right now, obviously, because my flight's at 12:05, and right now it's just past 5 a.m. in the morning, which is actually probably the real reason why there's no one here, because there's no flights going out right now. We'll check back and see if more people show up at the airport closer to the time when my flight goes out. Closed. Also closed. So, there are currently over 930,000 cases of coronavirus worldwide, and just over 47,000 of those resulted in deaths. And this is reported cases. There might be more. There obviously is more that we don't know of. Just over 194,000 patients recovered, but that number of cases is rising every day. The weaker your immune system, the more severe that your symptoms are going to be. That means is that there are people out there who don't show any symptoms. It was reported up to 25% of people don't show any symptoms, but they still carry the coronavirus and spread it without knowing. And that's pretty much why social distancing is important. So, social distancing and self-isolation are important to protect vulnerable people. Although it's not the apocalypse, it's still severe enough to not be ignored. And now, I need to go find an outlet. I never found an outlet, but I found the nicest washroom ever. Okay, now let me actually go find an outlet. And if I don't find one, then I'm just gonna have to drain my laptop's battery. Found an outlet. So I tried out all the outlets and not a single one works. So I'm just gonna have to drain my laptop. Someone's snoring. Someone's snoring behind that pillar. Anyways, when it comes to vaccines, there are a couple of sources saying that it's going to take at least a year or more for them to develop a vaccine. There was a more recent source from a tobacco company that was claiming that...
Please, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so a tobacco company apparently developed a vaccine for COVID-19, an antibody that fights COVID-19 that comes from the tobacco plant, but it's unclear if it's viable yet. For now, I would just stay inside, socially distance yourself, especially from people who are vulnerable. So stay away from your grandparents and stay away from other people who have an immune system that's compromised. As for what's happening with me right now, I have to wait for my counter to open. And I don't know how long it's going to take. Probably another hour or two. I'm just going to wait, and then I'll get back to you when I get through security. So I'm through security, and I'm gonna go see if any shops are open. Closed, 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 closed. This is open. This is the line. This is the lineup. There's 2 people in line. That guy and me. Because they want you to keep your distance. Got a little something. Let's go see what else is open. Closed, 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 open. I don't really need anything from here. There's a downstairs, which means more shops to explore. Closed, 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 closed. Everything's closed. Before I forget, there's about that many people. So not that many. Even though it's closer to boarding time now. The airport is actually dead. Time to eat. Boom. Now there's a bit of a wait till boarding time, so I'll see you in a bit. Holy! I thought I was gonna be late. I ran all the way to my gate because it said gate closing and the time on my watch was wrong. Holy shit. But I made it just in time. Whew. That's what the flight looks like. I'm on board and I think maybe, just maybe, those two seats will stay open. Let's see.
Au moment de quitter l'avion, regonflez le gilet, tirez la languette ou soufflez dans le tube.
Keep it on. Fasten the waist clip and tighten the belt. Pulling the tab will inflate the light vest.
So normally they just have you fill out a declaration form on these flights. That's this form right here. But now that the pandemic is going on, they've got an additional form called the coronavirus form. Asks you about where you're living, like basic information so that they can, I guess, get a hold of you or keep track of you. They don't have the sanitizing wipe. That's just pepper and a napkin. These are crackers. I'm gonna pass on these.
immigration and border controls. Failure to do so may result in a penalty. In light of the global pandemic related to COVID-19, the Government of Canada has put in place emergency measures that require mandatory 14-day self-isolation for all persons entering Canada, with few exceptions, even if the person does not have any symptoms. Some provinces and territories may have specific recommendations for certain groups, such as healthcare or transportation workers. These efforts will help contain the outbreak and limit the spread of COVID-19 in Canada. More information will be provided on self-isolation upon arrival, and travelers can speak to a Canada Border Service officer. Travelers are also reminded to seek COVID-19 related information from their national, provincial, and territorial health authorities. Thank you for choosing Air Canada, member of Star Alliance, for your travels today. We hope you've had a pleasant flight and look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a nice weekend. Bienvenue à Toronto, il est 2h15 heure locale.